Hey guys, it's Alex from the Disciples here with Jacob Harber of Team Mambo. Say hi.
I,
Sick. And we're here to talk about the TOON CHAOS set and all of the imports, reprints, and TCG exclusive cards within the set. Um, and yeah,
new cards.
new
Let's go.
cards. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this set. Like, there's like what 10 maybe new cards. There's some imports, but for a set that's called Toon, there's only like 5 or 6 Toon cards in it. I'm not sold.
So to play uh, devil's advocate here, to be fair, while this set is overall pretty confused in what it wants to do,
Yep,
at least the Toon cards, some of them are actually okay.
that is
Um,
true.
and Toons were never going to be like a real like competitive deck anyway. Like it would take like so much to make Toons actually competitively viable. Whereas at least the Chaos stuff, there's like actually like really interesting potential there.
Yeah,
Um, So at least like some of the new cards will actually find homes in viable decks.
yeah. It's just a problem. Like personally for me, if you're gonna like label a set Toon Chaos and then like only have like 5 or 6 Toon cards in it, it seems like a bit misleading. I guess it's just to try and get older fans in. But let's just go straight into the imports. So probably like one of like the 2 or 3 like insane imports is the Chaos Creator. Um, cannot be normal summon set. Weird. Same as all the other Chaos Monster like summoning conditions, banish your light and dark to summon it. And then when it was special summon from the hand, you can target 3 of your banished monsters with different names. Special summon one, and then the other 2 go to the bottom of the deck. So this is like it feels like it's gonna have some crazy utility at some point. Um, what are your thoughts on it, Jacob?
Oh man, this card's like really, it's really cool. Obviously like there's a really good interaction with malicious. Like
Yeah,
that's like the fact that like it's not just like the malicious play where you like banish a malicious and then use it and then put one back and then banish and get another malicious. So it's like having Mali at three again. Um, It being a thunder means that there's like really cool application like Thunder Dragon, for example, um, where you can Thunder Dragon fusion search this, for example.
yeah, I like that interaction. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just be able to special summon like monsters from the banished zones so easily. Um, I'm like I think this card's like really cool for that. Like I'm not really sure. Like thinking about it, have we ever had something that summons monsters from the banished zone so easily before?
The only like one that really comes to mind is DDR, but like besides
Yeah.
that, nothing really.
Yeah, DDR is just like DDR is an equip spell, right? This is an actual guy that you can
Oh,
do.
this has got cool interaction just thought of with like Armageddon Knight as well actually.
Yeah, where you Phoenix Blade banish the Armageddon Knight and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's pretty cool. Didn't think of that until now.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this card will find a home at some point in the
Yeah,
future.
and when it does, it'll be pretty insane. I think.
Yeah, it'll be really good in whatever deck you put it in. The issue is going to be finding a home for it.
Yeah, especially
Well,
right now.
yeah, one of the issue a lot of these chaos cards have in general is that they are weak to Lancia. Um, so even though this card's like crazy, um, it has to be supported by the deck it's in, and the deck it's in has to be able to play through the Lancia as well. Um, but saying that, no, like this card's like really good.
It's got really high potential. Um, so next card is Chaos Daedalus. This again, banish a light or dark to summon it. Can't be normal summoned or set. Um, and then this has kind of got an interesting effect where it like when there's a field spell face up on the field, your opponent cannot target light or dark monsters with card effects. So it's kind of like in the meta we're in right now, it helps just protect your cards from like all of the hand traps in a sense where like it stops it from being targeted by Veiler. Imperm, and Ghost Mourner. And then the secondary effect is you can target face-up cards on the field up to the number of field spells on the field and banish them. Um, it's like it's got some unique use within the game, but I don't think like it's not a deck. It's not a card you'd build a deck around. It's
No,
something that can be utilized within the deck, but currently, again, don't think it's too powerful.
I just don't think its power level is really high enough.
No.
Like to play this card, if you're playing this card, you're probably playing it in some form of combo deck, right? Because that's
Yeah.
where realistically where the chaos cards find their homes. And this is just like a level 7 extender that doesn't really advance your combo. Like, yeah, it protects you from some of the hand traps, um, but it's not protecting you from, say, like Nibiru. Um, and yeah, like it has like a cool effect going second, I guess. But so does Levianeer.
Yeah, I think Levian is just like far superior to this card.
Yeah,
And being a level 8, that helps a lot as well for that.
yeah. Saying that, like, if there's ever a time where we need like a dark level 7 extender
Yeah,
for
then
some
this
reason,
could be used.
yeah, then this card's good for that, right? But
Yeah, and it's got like the kind of unique use that it's also just a sea serpent, um,
yeah,
and that
Dragoons.
might randomly just come up. You never know. Um, the next card
Dragoons.
that's. Oh, have you got something else to say?
Oh, yeah, actually, on this, being a sea serpent is kind of cool. In weird situations where you have to play around Tikaboo and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. And it can banish Tikaboo as well with its effect, which is kind of cool. Um, and then next card again, following on suit, is Chaos Valkyria. Little bit different because it's a lower level one. You only need to banish one light or dark monster, and then it can. Oh, I actually misread the effect. If this it says if this card is banished, you send a light or dark from your deck to the graveyard. Um, I thought it was just on summon it did that. Not, I didn't realize it was when it was banished. But again, this is like it's basically the two spirit cards that came out in the last year. I've forgotten their
Yeah.
names, but it's basically both of those
Really-
cards in one. Um, and then it's got like the unique effect of being able to just foolish burial a card, a light or dark monster from deck. Um,
So this card, you know how long it took for us to get light and dark spirits, and they've been power crept.
yeah, literally.
This card is like being both a light and a dark spirit is so cool. Um, it gives you so much more like versatility in like decks again, like Thunder Dragon. Like a lot of these cards seem designed for like archetypes like Thunder Dragon.
Where they're all
Um,
like light and dark, and it just helps
yeah,
bridge the gap.
yeah. Like it helps. Like specifically in that deck, for example, um, it means that say you open just like pure like regular Thunder Dragon, right? You can still summon this card.
Yeah, exactly.
Open Dark, you can still summon this card. So it is live almost all of the time.
Yeah, that's what I
And
like
then
about it.
yeah. And then the second effect, um, I think is really cool because in a lot of these decks, especially with Eclipse Wyvern gone, there aren't that many sort of good lights to banish necessarily. Like
Yeah,
you're not getting value from banishing lights. Um,
and just helps keep cards in graveyard as well, so you can summon more
yeah,
chaos monsters.
yeah. It keeps putting cards in graves, so you have more chaos monsters. Lets you modulate your graveyard. Um, there's maybe even interactions where you dump a card and then add it back at some point in the future.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Um,
true.
in
And
fact, even now you can use this, send like a Levianeer, and then get a Seifert, like a Seifert into your grave, and then banish the Seifert and add it back.
yeah, because it
And
doesn't stop you from summoning them.
yeah,
Yeah, it's also like if we ever get a card similar to that of Fairy Tale Snow as well, this just becomes this becomes just even like more broken.
Oh, imagine Snowbat with this card. This
Like it doesn't have to be snow, but like say a card like a light or dark that summons during your opponent's turn from graveyard. This
yeah.
just like gives a utility with cards like the topologic monsters, for example. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of space for this card to be like played.
yeah, exactly. And
There's a lot you can do with it.
it's just a free extender. It's really cool. Um, and now probably the most broken cards that's being imported,
Oh, here we
Chaos
go.
Space. So this card reads: send one light or dark monster from your hand to the graveyard. Add a light or dark that cannot be normal summoned or set with from your deck to your hand with a level from 4 to 8. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 with a different attribute than that monster. And then you can banish the Chaos Space from graveyard to target a banished light or dark that cannot be normal summoned or set. Place it on the bottom of your deck and draw a card. This card is bonkers. Like,
Who thought this was okay?
oh, I I might edit this in afterwards, but I regret not having a list of all the the relevant cards I can search. But I can add
Yeah.
like the prize card, Chaos Dragon, like BLS, Levianir, and most importantly, probably it adds Wyverbuster and Collapse Serpent,
Yeah.
which are just
If
insane.
if you activate Chaos Space, you start with 5 cards in hand. You activate Chaos Space. You send a light or dark. You search a baby dragon. Summon the baby dragon. Link away the baby dragon. Search the other baby dragon. Banish that baby dragon for the second baby dragon. Then put the banished dragon back with Chaos Space. Draw a card. Then when you link off with the dragon and search for like the other baby dragon
Other Baby
again,
Dragon. So you're up to
you
like
still have five
six
cards in
cards,
hand.
5 cards, yeah,
You have 5 cards. You get 5 cards in hand,
and the
and
link
you
too.
free dragons. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's actually just insane.
Yes.
Like it's actually just insane. Like I think it's just this card has got so much I can't feel the words. It's got so much room to be like abused and used to like its full potential. Like especially in these chaos decks that we're probably gonna see like being bruised now. Yeah, it just feels like it's so much room for, like to be abused, and it's just a starter card as well, which is
Yeah,
insane.
but it's not even just a starter.
No, it's a
It's
starter or an extender or anything.
like
Bomb.
it's just anything you want. This thing this thing has utility, right? Like it searches a Leviathan, so you just like
Yeah,
blow up your board. Um, Games 2 and 3, you can side a copy of Trap Eater in your decks that play this, and you can search outs to floodgates now.
yeah. I think that's it's just all crazy, really.
Yeah, and the fact that you can then just banish it, get back a resource, and then have more cards to carry on playing is just absolutely absurd. Not only
Like, oh,
silent mining, it's silent mining that then like recovers resources.
it's silent mining that puts Gazelle back into the deck when it's being DD crowed and you draw a card. It's nuts. Like,
Except that you're DD crowing your own monsters to gain like
yeah, exactly.
to-
I don't know. Like it would have been a sick card anyway if it didn't even have the second effect. But the second effect is just bonus cards. Like,
yeah.
oh, it's insane. But yeah, I think this is probably going to be the most broken card from the set. Um, and the card that's going to try and follow it up is Eternal Chaos. And this card, I don't think I even want to read it out. It's that bad. But it's target a face-up monster your opponent controls, send a light and one dark from your deck to graveyard whose combined attack is equal to or lower than that monster's. And then you can, for the rest of the turn, you can only activate one monster effect in the graveyard. It just, if we had cards like Snow, maybe it would do something. But personally, for me, I just don't think it does enough.
Well, after reading Valkyria, now Eternal Chaos, we can 100% confirm that we are never going to see Fairy Tale Snow ever again.
Yes, yes,
There's
yes.
no way.
Like the only interaction I can kind of see with this in the meta at the moment is like um, it just gives you more like ways to send Orcus cards to the graveyard. But then like I feel like the Orcus deck does that already, so that you don't need it.
Yeah,
Um,
like the fact that this is a trap card as
yeah,
well.
if it was a spell card, then maybe. But like
as a quick play, yeah, there's maybe a chance that
Yeah, but
you'd
trap cards are slow.
experiment with this.
But yeah, right. Now for the Toon section of the Toon Chaos set. So Toon BLS. Um, again, cannot be normal summon set. Must first be special summoned by attributing two monsters from your hand or field. Oh, that's pretty cool. Attributes two monsters from hand. Um, whose total levels equal 8 or more to summon it, special summon it. Um, and then the usual Toon effect. And then if you control Toon World, you can target a card in the field, banish it, but it can't attack that turn. So it's basically just BLS, but like not good.
Yeah.
A very dumbed down version of it. I don't think there's much to
So,
say about it.
I mean, the art's kind of cool.
Yeah, the art's kind of cool. I like how he's smirking underneath his hat.
I like the theme, you know.
Yeah, I like the
It's like a
idea.
ritual monster, but like not a ritual.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind
You
of
can summon it. You can summon this card off of Toon Dark Magician, though, right?
yeah, and
Um,
also off of another Toon
so,
card we'll look at in a minute.
yeah. Oh.
Oh, uh,
Um,
next card then, Toon Harpie Lady. Um, not as underwhelming. So again, cannot attack if during the turn it's summoned. If you control Toon World, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then if you control a Toon monster, you also get to destroy a spell trap on the field. And then the obvious like Toon World effect, or Toon monster effect even. So this card seems a lot better. Like it's a free extender, and then you can also just pop spell traps as well. Um, it's also
yeah.
one effect similar to that of like Salamangreat Foxy, so you can activate it in hand, and then on resolution it just pops any spell trap.
Yeah. I really like this card. I don't think like it's certainly not like game breaking or
No,
like revolutionary for like the Toon deck, but it's just pretty solid, right?
it's just a solid card. Like
Doesn't target like
no,
yeah, like I think they did a good job on this one, to be honest.
yeah, I agree with you there. Like the only way it would probably be better is if it like did something on the field as well. But I think like the effect they've given it is like a pretty good start step for the Toon deck to keep evolving.
Yeah, and I mean it's thematic as well. Like I think they actually just nailed this card, to be honest.
Yeah. Right. Toon Bookmark. I think this is the broken one, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is add one Toon World or one card that lists Toon World on its text. And then it's got an effect similar to that of Zephyr Providence, where you can banish it from the graveyard to protect Toon World. So this card's cool because it adds cards
yeah,
like Comic Hand and Mimicat, right? I think those are
yeah.
the names. Which are both like the most broken Toon cards, but they don't have Toon in their name, so you can't add them off of any of the Toon cards already out there. But this just has a lot of room to be used again, and maybe we'll actually see a more competitively viable Toon deck because of this card.
Honestly, yeah, like this card, the actual ramifications for this card in the Toon deck are just like huge. Um, so as you mentioned, like Mimicat and Comic Hand were previously unsearchable cards, but because of this card existing and the fact that this card has Toon in its name as well, now not only do you have the three copies of this card that can search those, but your three copies of Toon Table of Contents can also search those cards by routing through Bookmark.
Yeah,
So now play two Mimikats in your deck, for example, you're actually playing eight Mimikats in your deck.
which is
So
insane.
yeah, your numbers go way up. And in general, right, the Toon decks like the monsters aren't fantastic.
But the spell
I
and traps are.
Yeah, like I actually think Konami did a good job when they were starting to like remake these cards around like Kingdom, for example,
Yeah,
and recognizing that the the effects on the two monsters weren't strong enough to carry the deck, so they just printed like insane spells and traps for them instead.
yeah.
Uh, just continues that trend.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see if there's like any further Toon support in the future that just helps like make the deck just that bit more viable. But
Yeah.
we'll just have to wait and
A,
see.
a last point on this card. Um, this card existing now means that you can run up to 9 copies of Toon Cannon Soldier in your FTK deck.
If you want to run that many anyway.
I mean, that will never happen, but it
No,
is.
but it's yeah. And you can run 9 copies of Toon Cyber Dragon. Ooh, nice. Um, Next card is Toon Page Turn. So this came out, all the information on this was released like an hour before we started looking into this video. It's kind of cool as well. So if you control a Toon world, you reveal 3 toons from your deck, and then your opponent randomly chooses one to special summon to your side of the field, ignoring its summoning conditions. So this can summon cards like the Toon BLS, I guess cards like Toon Dark Magician as well, which is
Yeah.
traditionally harder to summon. And just it gives the deck a boost, realistically. It's also a
Yeah.
quick play spell, which I didn't realize before. Um, so there might be some on summon Toon effects that like help buff this card.
Um, I'm not sure about on summon Toon
Yeah, I don't
effects.
know if there's any off the top of my head or anything, but like the potential's there in the future anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I feel like my personal, yeah, my problem with this card, I think, is that summoning Toon monsters doesn't really accomplish all too much.
Yeah,
The only
exactly.
really, really good target on this is Toon Dark Magician, just because that card accesses either more monsters or more spells and traps, depending on what you need.
Yeah,
Normally, traps. Um, but the fact that you don't get to pick the monster, um, I think is like
because
really detracts from the viability of the
yeah,
card.
it's because there's just not enough like real Toon monsters, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like
So like,
y- you're probably playing Toon Gemini Elf and like Toon Mass Sorcerer.
and those aren't the best.
They're not like the most fantastic cards in the
No.
world.
But again, like as I said before, like if they like actually print some good Toon monsters, then this has potential in the future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
There's a
la
lot of like setup here, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like all of these Toon cards are just like giving further support. Especially that leads us into the last Toon card, Toon Terror or Terror Toon. And this is basically just Infinity Barrier, while you control a Toon World and a Toon Monster, negate the activation, destroy it. Sorry, when you put an activate spell trap card or monster effect, while you control both of those, negate the activation, destroy it. So it's just your like bread and butter negate card, counter trap card. Um,
this card's pretty cool.
it's pretty cool.
Um, but for this deck in particular, I think um, something like Terra Tune is really good. Tunes aren't going to kill you in a turn.
Yeah, so
Um,
you just want to be able to set like interrupts
yeah,
and do stuff with Comicant and Mimicat.
yeah, you're definitely playing this as like an extravagance, like grind deck.
Yeah,
Um, Terra Tune just sort of helps with that. Um,
especially with
the oh, sorry, carry on.
especially with cards like Master Sorcerer and Gemini Elf. It's just like it feels very tempo based on how the deck would work. You just want to like grind through, like take resources away from your opponent, get more for yourself, and I feel like this just helps towards that game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Helps protect Doom Kingdom and stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
My my real gripe with this card though is the fact that like you have to control both
Yeah,
Toon World and Monster.
I feel like
Um,
uh, uh,
quite a lot.
yeah, I'm not gonna say it would have been broken if it was just Toon World, but I think it would have made the card a lot better.
Yeah.
Um, so that's it for all of the um, imports. Oh, sorry, is it imports? No, TCG exclusives even. Uh, and I'm just gonna go over like a brief list of all the imports. So you've got like the Infernoble Knight cards that aren't in the main booster set, along with the Gearfried and Sublimation Knight. Um, and you just got like some random cards. The Fright Fair Pendulum card, which I read yesterday, and it's pretty insane. It like summons one from hand or deck or something like that. Um, and then I think like personally for me, I think like the biggest one is Code Generator. I feel
Yeah.
like that actually just does something compared to the rest of them.
It's co-generator on the Infernoble Knights. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just a brief list of all the imports coming in. Code Generator being key for Salad, and then the Infernoble Knight deck will be better as a whole once the next set comes out, right?
Yeah, when we actually have the whole thing.
Yeah.
Essentially that deck, you're sort of trying to like you like kind of half hand rip your opponent, or you like hand rip them and then like set up like a negate or two.
Yeah.
Um,
It's kind of cool.
it's kind of like an in between. You can like combo deck. Doesn't do like it doesn't do like the crazy stuff that say like Adamantipator does.
It
Um,
just like takes a couple of cards out of your hands, makes a negate or two
yeah,
from like very minimal investment.
yeah.
Yeah, don't think there's much to say about those. We all kind of expected them to be either in like this set or the um, Battle of Legends set next month or the month after, whenever that's out. But yeah, so then there's the last bit to talk about is like the reprint section. Um, I don't know which of these are coming in like the new collector's rare, but I don't know. I don't even know what like collector's rare looks like, but it's like I feel like there's a good amount of reprints here. Like the extravagance is good, the masked hero Diane and Acid are good. Um, Microcoder, Solid Soldier, even Gamma's good. Says Lithosagum, and the number 75, I think it is, Gossip Shadow.
Gothic Shadow, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I think the reprint sort of list here, it's really confusing,
Yes, very confusing.
and I don't know why they decided they were going to print the hero cards in this set. Um, for example, when Battles of Legend is just around the corner, and it would just make far more sense. But yeah, Acid and Diane are just really good. They've been above like 20 in the UK forever. Right for Sabretooth, uh, that card's been far too high for far too long. Only ever had one printing.
Yeah.
Um, Desires and Gamma, yeah, I agree with you. I think like those are really good reprints. Um, People always want, more Gammas or more Desires.
Yeah. I think it's just like they're solid reprints, but like they don't all make sense. Like
Yeah,
it just feels like they just wanted to like pad out the set. I don't know,
yeah, but not with Tomb cards.
but not with Toon cards. As we can see, Toon World is the only reprinted Toon card. So yeah, it's a bit debatable. Um,
Yeah, there's more hero cards in this set.
there there is actually isn't there? Wait, what?
I think there's
Five,
maybe the same number.
six. Wait, there's six hero cards, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was what, one, two, three, four, five. So, okay, that's yep, yeah, you're right. That's the exact same amount. Um, so have you got any like final thoughts on the set as a whole? I guess.
Um, I think I've seen quite a lot of negative reaction to this set online. Um, and I don't think this set's as bad as people make it out to be. I think Chaos Space and the Chaos Creator are absolutely insane. Valkyria is really good as well. Toon Bookmark is like a very solid card for a fan favorite archetype. Um, and the reprints, even though they're weird, some of them are actually quite good. This is far from like the worst set that I've ever seen. Um, so I think especially down the line as well, this set will be like worth quite a lot because of the collector's rares as
Yeah,
well.
I agree. I don't know. I think it's got some nice exclusive cards. I think the imports. I feel like they just wanted to pad out the set as best they can or best they could, and it kind of just feels half-assed in a way. But I think they've done like a good job on like majority of the reprints. It's a weird set to have all of them in.
Yeah, it doesn't fit, but at least it means that the set is like worth buying into, or more worth buying into.
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, as well as follow all of our socials in the description below to keep up to date on the team. Also, check out all of our sponsors at the Brotherhood Games and Messmats in the description for high quality products and one of the best tournament organisers in the UK. Thanks for watching the video, and see you next time.